Just a quick heads up, guys, this video does contain spoilers for the Overlord light novel. If you have not read the Overlord light novels and are worried about spoilers from the light novel, please click off now. You have been warned. Hey, what's going on, guys? And I'm back again with another Overlord video. So guys, what I would normally do right now is an episode breakdown. However, before I make my video on episode 2, which I still entirely plan to do, I wanted to make a separate video talking about the opening, and specifically the things that were shown in the opening for this season. So before we get into anything story-wise, I just want to say the opening is absolutely fantastic. I think we can all agree that OXT outdid themselves with this opening. It freaking slaps. But there were certain things that came up in the opening and images and things that I saw in the opening that I had to talk about. For all you guys that haven't read the Overlord light novels and don't mind spoilers, I'm gonna catch you up on what is going on in that opening. So the big thing is that season 4 was going to cover volumes 10 and 11 from the light novels. However, judging from the opening, that doesn't seem to be completely correct. From what I saw in the opening, it looks like we're also going to get things from volume 14. And volume 14 is debatably the craziest and best volume of Overlord. It's in the running for number 1. I really think it's either that one or volumes 12 or 13 in my opinion. So once again, people that don't read the light novels, you guys are probably wondering how the hell are we going from volumes 10 and 11 to jumping ahead to volume 14? That doesn't make any sense. But it actually does make sense with what goes on in volumes 12 and 13. I'm not going to get into detail of what happens in volumes 12 and 13, but that arc of the story takes place in the Robo Holy Kingdom. Shameless plug right now, if you guys haven't watched my Robo Holy Kingdom explained video, that'll give you some more information on the Robo Holy Kingdom if you're wondering what the hell that is. But volumes 12 and 11 take place almost separately from everything else that's going on, like in the Sorcerer Kingdom and the Riestes Kingdom. It's kind of like its own separate bit, you can kind of view it as. So it really wouldn't be all that weird for them to just skip over the Robo Holy Kingdom stuff in volumes 12 and 13 and go right into the stuff in volume 14, kind of like an in media res kind of thing. But what I wanted to do in this video is break down like all the images and stuff that I've seen in the opening and kind of give you an explanation for all those that are looking for more info on what the hell the opening shows us. So actually, one thing I wanted to talk about first is this little scene here at the beginning with this character right here. And so this is actually Negretto, who I mentioned in my last Overlord episode breakdown video for episode 1. And it's just really cool to see Negretto just fully designed out and like just looking at her and actually like seeing her drawn in an anime. I explained who Negretto was in my episode 1 breakdown video, so if you guys want an explanation on Negretto, you can go back to that video. But that's just something I caught in this early stages of the opening. I mean, I've watched this opening on repeat like maybe 30-40 times today, so I've kind of gotten used to it. But anyway, moving on. So this scene right here. So another thing that comes up is this little like kind of people, these beast-looking guys here. For those who don't know, this race is called the Guagoa. I think that's how you pronounce it, Guagoa. I'll put the actual spelling on the screen here, but I think it's pronounced Guagoa. And these are actually mole demi-humans that live underground. They're going to become more relevant. You're going to see a lot more of them once we get to the volume 11 stuff, which is the Craftsman of the Dwarves arc. I believe that's what it's called. And okay, yeah, right here. Okay, this is Philip. You saw him for the first time in episode 2. I won't say everything that goes on with Philip, but just know this guy is the stupidest motherfucker in the freaking light novel. He's so dumb. Like, I can't even wrap my head around it. You remember that scene in season 3 where Demiurge says that men of some intelligence are easier to read than fools? Philip embodies that statement, being that he is so dumb, you can't really accurately predict what this guy is going to do. It's a complete crapshoot as to what's going to happen with this guy. He's so fucking stupid. Like honestly, the fact that he thinks he can get without Beto is just blows my mind. I'll go more into Philip when I get to my episode 2 breakdown video, but oh my god, this guy is frustratingly stupid. So going to here, we have Blue Rose. Lockius has a little outfit change. That's cool. And then we get to this group, and I'm not 100% who this group is. I thought they were Red Drop, which is the other Adamantite ranked adventurer group other than Blue Roses and Darkness, which is Momon's group. But the thing is that guy right there doesn't look like Azuth. And Azuth, if you guys are wondering who that is, Azuth is actually Lockius's uncle, and he's the leader of Red Drop. Oh, wait a minute, the feathers on their coats. I think maybe this is Silver Threadbird, which is a Adamantite group from the Baruth Empire. So moving on, this next group right here, this group is I know who these guys are in detail. This is a mithril ranked adventurer group called Four Armaments, and they become big in Volume 14. As soon as I saw them, that's when I first was just like, oh shit, this is Volume 14 stuff, because these guys aren't introduced in the light novels until Volume 14, I believe. I don't think they're mentioned before Volume 14, so I was like, okay, this is weird. But then we have this scene right here. And like I said, this woman, who is actually the leader of Four Armaments, her name is Skama, I believe her name is. Skama, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And she's fighting a Death Knight in this scene. And like I said, they only show up in Volume 14. So, and I was, once again, I wasn't 100% positive we were going to see Volume 14 stuff. But this next scene is really what sealed the deal on this being Volume 14 stuff. And if you watch here, this is Albedo, obviously. And who is she fighting? This mecha looking thing, right? And I know what this is. This mecha, this guy in the mecha, what this actually is, that's an Yggdrasil item, and it's owned by Azuth Indra, who's the leader of Red Drop, like I said, and he isn't introduced until Volume 14. And then this next scene with Brain versus Cocytus, which I'm sure you can guess how that's going to go for Brain. But once again, this happens in Volume 14. Now it's time to reveal why this is all going on in Volume 14. What's going on in Volume 14? Volume 14 is the fall of the Riestes Kingdom. It is the craziest freaking volume, like one of the craziest. The Robo Holy Kingdom volumes are also extremely insane. Like, those are fantastic volumes as well, but I think I like this one just a little bit more. The amount of crazy shit that goes on in Volume 14 is nuts, and that's one of the things that's making me a little apprehensive about this. However, this last scene is really what I'm really looking forward to this scene. And you see Ainz here, actually Ainz, and what you see here, this armor, so who this is, I've been watching a lot of like reactions to the opening, and everyone's just like, is that a player? Is that one of his old guild mates or whatever? This armor has been shown in the anime before. It was in the first episode of Season 2 when Platinum Dragon Lord is talking to Regret, and what this armor is actually Platinum Dragon Lord. This is actually Platinum Dragon Lord in disguise, I guess you could say. This is an armor that he controls remotely and fights through. They only showed it in a flashback during Season 2, but he fought an unequipped Shaltir in this armor, and it was also shown in that scene at the beginning with Platinum Dragon Lord and Regret. It was just chilling there. This is the armor that PDL used when he was in the 13 Heroes as well, but that is actually Platinum Dragon Lord. So there is a confrontation between Ainz and Platinum Dragon Lord, and I'm using the air quotes around Ainz because that is not actually Ainz. That is Pandora's actor who is acting as his body double in this scene. But there's actually a fight going on, which is that's cool because Platinum Dragon Lord is actually a formidable opponent. He's on a completely different level than a lot of the other foes that Nazarick people have faced. I don't think he's actually like a legitimate threat or anything like that, but he's a lot stronger, so that's why I'm actually just excited to see it get animated. PDL is one of the few beings in the New World that can actually like put up somewhat of a fight against Nazarick, even though he has no chance of winning, really. Once again, that whole confrontation between PDL and Pandora's actor, that happens in Volumes 14, so unless they're pulling a fast one on us and they are just like including these things as like a future or something, they're gonna cover Volume 14 in this season, which I was not expecting at all. The way I think the structure of this is gonna go, and just by the pacing of the past 2 episodes have been, is that Volumes 10 and 11 are going to get 4 episodes apiece, and then Volume 14 will get 5 episodes, because this season's going to be 13 episodes. That would be the most optimal use of the time, in my opinion, because I think Volume 14 needs more episodes, because there's just so much that goes on, so much crazy shit, really, that goes on in Volume 14. It's an absolutely insane volume of Overlord, and debatably the best one, in my opinion. But one thing that has got people worried, as well as myself, is, the pacing of this, and that is a legitimate concern, I think. I just realized how dark it got throughout the duration of this video, so I'll put this up. Sorry, I'm filming this pretty late. The pacing of it is a concern. Yeah, why are they cramming 3 volumes into one season? But if you think about it, guys, it makes logical sense. They've been doing 3 volumes ever since, Overlord started. And I think maybe jumping out of order a little bit is not going to be so hot. Like, some people won't know what's going on. It might be a little confusing. And of course, they're going to cut stuff, guys. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. They have omitted certain scenes and certain developmental things and certain plot points as well, but the broad strokes of the overall narrative, they have been hitting those. And there's just the practicalities of making, a season and like making an anime and what the production wants to do, and that's just how it is. I mean, if they adapted every single freaking word, every paragraph of every freaking volume, it would take them decades to go through. There's just so much stuff that goes on in the light novel. It's impossible to animate it all. It just wouldn't happen. And so guys, honestly, in my opinion, this is just what I think, but regardless of the pacing of this season and what's going to happen with them being, 3 volumes, and especially such a big volume like volume 14, like I didn't think we were going to get anything volume 14 related. And like, I'm honestly really psyched that this season I'm going to see some volume 14 stuff animated, which is going to be awesome. Because the fact of the matter is, guys, if you want the whole complete story, if you want every little detail of Overlord, read the light novel. And really, there's no reason you shouldn't read the light novel if you like the anime, because it's the same story except with more details, which any Overlord fan would want. And so I don't want to be overly critical about things that they cut and the pacing and everything. Like, I'm really just excited that I'm getting, this much Overlord story in an anime format this season. I'm really excited for it. So guys, that's just my thoughts on the opening and kind of like the reveal. Is there some downsides to this? Yeah, of course. We're going to be jumping around in the volumes a little bit. We're not selling it linearly, but like I said, kind of volumes 12 and 13 can be self-contained within the movie, because the movie is going to cover volumes 12 and 13. In short, guys, I'm just really excited to see what's going to come out in season 4 of Overlord, and it's just making me more excited for this season even more than I already was. So guys, I hope you liked the little opening breakdown. I'm going to get an episode 2 breakdown out like I did for episode 1 as well. What did you guys think of the opening, and also about the fact that they're going to be covering volume 14 from the look of it in the opening? So leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, please don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. If you aren't already, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out more than you know, and it also lets you know when I post in the future. With that being said, I want to thank you all for watching to the very end of the video, and I will see you all next time. Bye.